Not everyone knows what they want to do when they grow up, but I always knew that I wanted to do hair. I am so thankful to God for guiding me here, because if it were not for him, I would not be where I am right now, and I'm just so thankful. Guys, welcome to my channel, Holy Hair. If you're new here, I'm glad that you stumbled upon my channel. I am a hairstylist and also recently just finished holistic healthcare school. So I have a lot of knowledge on how to keep your body healthy in a natural way while also keeping you beautiful. I've been doing hair professionally now for almost 9 years, and I have been running my own business for 5.5 years. I always knew that I wanted to do hair. Ever since I was a little girl, my mom's mom was a hairstylist, and she would take me to her salon and I'd sweep the floor for her when I was like 8 years old. We used to go to hair shows together, and I just grew up around the beauty industry and I just loved it so much. I joke and say that I've been doing hair since I was 12. Technically, I kind of have. Not to say that I was good when I was 12 years old, but I was definitely doing it. Then I got to high school and became a kitchen beautician, and I'd bring my bag over to everybody's house. So my second choice as a career was going to be a teacher. Didn't end up going down that route because college was not my jam. I'm really glad that I got into hair. But I also do love to teach. So I've had assistants in the past that I've had in the salon that I like teach hands-on. If you have somebody that starts thriving as an assistant, they end up spreading their wings and leaving you. Fast forward to now, that's why I got into YouTube. I love inspiring people to pursue a hairstyling career. I think that it is honestly like an amazing career. I say it's the best job in the world. There are a lot of pros to this job, let me just tell you. First of all, nobody takes you too seriously. Like, you can be goofy at work, you can be yourself, you can get tattoos, you can have pink hair, you can do what you want, you know, like, but it was a hard journey to get to where I'm at today, to be honest. It wasn't always just, you know, I woke up one day and I'm running my own business. So wherever you're at in your hair journey or your hair career, I just want to inspire you to just keep pushing. Like, if you're at a salon where you're not really jiving with the people, there's drama with the girls at the salon, or you don't like the clients in that area, take every day as a learning experience, and you're investing in yourself and you're investing in your future. Find out where you would like to be in, say, 2 or 3 or 4 years, and then set those goals to get there. But I will say that if you're in cosmetology school, it sucks. It's a long freaking day, like, and you have to do so many services that seem so irrelevant because it may not be something that you're gonna actually be doing when you get to the salon. But keep pushing, take it one day at a time. Like, it is only temporary. You don't really learn a lot until you start working in a salon. Like, in school, you learn technique and sanitation, disorders that people can have on their skin and their scalp. All of those things are important things to learn, but it's not like the fun stuff. You gotta get through all of the junk, but I promise it will pay off in the end, and you will spread your wings and become a glorious, beautiful hairstylist. My cosmetology journey. I started cosmetology school when I was in high school. They offered it as an elective. They don't offer this at every high school, but where I went, it was your junior and senior year. You did cosmetology. It didn't cost anything to take the class, but you had to buy a kit of stuff, which included like your mannequin heads, you know, cheapo pair of scissors, combs, brushes, flat iron, like all that good stuff. And I think the kit was only like $350. I knew this was what I wanted to do, so I told my parents, like, I'm ready to knock this all out in one go. Let's do high school, cosmetology school, all in one sweep. I thought I was gonna be able to finish when I finished high school, but little did I know, the teacher that I had junior year, she was an amazing teacher. She retired and they ended up shutting down the cosmetology program at my school in between my junior and senior year. But they offered to me and 2 other girls that were in the class, because we were like actually serious about it, that we could drive to another school our senior year. So we had 2 classes in the morning, and then like during the lunch period, we would drive, it was like a good 30 minutes, to this other school that had the cosmetology program. I did not care to forego, you know, football games or like whatever in order to get my license, because that was my goal. Like I was so motivated to like get my cosmetology license. I wanted it so bad. I just wasn't really like cool in school. Like school wasn't my jam. I was bullied like all through middle school and in high school. Kids just found it so fun to make fun of me, and I took everything so personal. Leave me alone. That was my attitude through school. And I get to the end of the year and I did not make enough hours, and I like busted my butt. Like I did an internship, I stayed after school like multiple times, and the teacher still did not count. Like it was something with like the internship, like not as many hours could have been counted, but I was so mad. Like my life was over at that point. I ended up looking at all these different schools, and I looked at like Paul Mitchell, I looked at Aveda, looked at, you know, some community colleges that offered the cosmetology program. What I gathered from looking at all those different schools, you get a very high price tag when you're going to a name brand school. You get the same exact license no matter where you go to school. I looked at a community college down in Wilmington. It turns out they had the cosmetology program. In the state of North Carolina that I'm in, you have to have 1,500 hours in order to get your license. I was at 1,000 hours when I graduated high school, and they would only accept 500 of my hours. But some of the other schools that I looked at would only accept like 200 of my hours. So it was a very frustrating process, but long story short, I ended up going to a community college at the beach, but I was pretty much done with my services when I got to that point. 7-hour, 8-hour day that you have to be in school. You have class in the morning for like an hour, and then you go out on the floor during the day and you actually take clients while you're in school. So you can make a little bit of money. I mean, people tip you pretty well typically. So you can also actually gain a few clients if they're willing to pay the salon prices after you graduate school. So since I already had like all that experience in high school, you know, going through basically all of cosmetology school already, and also growing up around my Nana that did hair, and she was literally teaching me how to like formulate hair when I was 12 years old. I just happened to have more experience than the other girls at this community college. A lot of them were beginners. So I started teaching like little mini classes for the girls like in my class, when we would just be like out on the floor, passing time, doing services on each other. That was really cool. It was a really cool experience. After I finished school, I ended up moving back to Charlotte from the beach, and I started working at a salon. It was a very, very high-end salon where they had a lot of education. It was very high pressure though, too, I will say. Absolutely loved it at first, and then it kind of got to the point where I felt like too much pressure on me to, you know, perform and be this person that I didn't really feel like I was. I ended up working there for about 3.5 years before I branched out onto my own. But I want to talk about for a second how I started to build my clientele. So coming from a different town and moving and starting at a salon like brand new, I obviously did not have any clients. I would literally get ready, do my hair, do my makeup, like get cute, and I would just like walk around like Target and Marshall's, and the amount of people that would come up to me and say, "Oh my God, I love your hair, it's so beautiful, who does it?" And I'd be like, "Oh, me. Like, I'm a hairstylist, here's my card. If you want to come in, I'd love to do your hair. your hair looks beautiful. I'd love to work on it. And they would come in. Or I'd say like, yeah, I just started at this salon right around the corner. If you want to come in, like your first service, I'll give you $20 off, and you know, refer a friend, they also get $20 off. And I will say the best way to build your clientele is to do a good job on the clients that you currently have in your chair, because they will send you their friends. Everybody knows people. Everybody's got, you know, social media. They post, just got my hair done. You know, tell them to tag you in it. The best form of marketing when you're a hairstylist is word of mouth and referrals. So that was how I built my clientele. So after 3.5 years, I built up a pretty big clientele. I had about, give or take, 350 to 400 clients. It was a good amount of people. So when I went to leave that salon, there was so much drama, and it was really hard for me to get their information. I did not have access to my clients' phone numbers. Ended up, when I left, I could only, you know, reach out to about half of my clients. So I took about 200 people with me when I left the salon to go out and open my own studio salon. And it was a huge risk. I was terrified. I was like, I'm legit, like, fear. I was like, what if nobody comes? Long story short, people did come, and I started to get so busy. So I was in a little studio salon. It was half the size of the one I'm in now. So I was just so busy, and I had like literally 2 to 3 people in the salon at a time. I felt claustrophobic, and there were no windows. Like, it was dark. Like, if you go back on my YouTube channel from a while ago, I have some videos at my old space. It was called LC Style Studio. So I've rebranded since then. I'm now Holy Hair. Tell me what you think of this rebrand, new logo. I feel like she's cool. I would love to create some merch. If you guys are interested in merch, let me know. I'm so thankful that this opportunity happened for me to move to the space that I'm in now. I was feeling a move, like, coming on the horizon, and I kept praying about it. I was up in the air about where I was gonna move. I met this girl. She was like looking for a salon space, and we kind of hit it off. It was like after like 2 weeks of us planning and everything, it totally fell through, and I was like, oh my goodness, what am I gonna do? I know I'm supposed to move. I thought that was where I was supposed to go, but God has another plan for me. I don't know what it is yet. I don't know what to do. So I was freaking out. After things fell through with that girl, the next day I had a Bible study meeting at my church. So I arrive at church, and I just had this like feeling. I was just like, I just need to take a walk for a second. And I literally, I kid you not, I walk all the way down to the end of the sidewalk, and I look over to my left, and I see this like beautiful salon, and I was like, oh, this is it. I didn't want to get my hopes up just yet. Get home after Bible study, and I prayed like, Lord, if this is where you want me to go, like, show me. I literally like could not sleep that night. They hadn't even finished construction. So I was the first person that contacted them. This was a dream come true for me. Like, oh, I was like so excited. So long story short, I move in. I have been here now for 2 years, and I have a full clientele. I have my YouTube channel. Although life is like far from perfect, I do love my salon space, and I love 90% of my clients. There's always gonna be that 10% that kind of drives you nuts. I have clients that come to me, and I will do everything that they ask for, and they're still not happy, and I'm like, maybe I should quit my job. Like, I'm not a good hairstylist. It's totally normal if you are also having those feelings. Let me know in the comments if a client has ever made you feel that way. My husband and I actually create music together. It's called Kingdom Vibes. We have our own channel. I'll link it here for you. And we have some songs out on Spotify. Go check it out. We have some new stuff coming out soon that's gonna be really cool. So that's gonna be it for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed my journey from cosmetology school to where I am now. And I hope that this can inspire you in some way to follow your dreams, your career path, whether it is hair or another career path that you are thinking about doing. Share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.